God set in our sky. And it wouldn't be long before an ancient enemy, shrouded in darkness, showed up at humanity's door to destroy us. Over the years, our heroes would shape a story far greater than anything we could have imagined. Players would explore deep into the depths of Venus, hunting a machine god that controlled time itself. They'd invent ways to combine their mythic weaponry and their paracausal abilities to stand alone against monsters that took others, an entire elite squad. They'd race alongside their friends far into the early morning into halls of an ancient city where only a select few emerged victorious at dawn, clutching the heart of a dragon. But most importantly, they'd bring their friends and their family.
I love the old live-action trailers.
Together, meet new
Me
faces
too.
on
They're
this
actually
adventure.
fun.
They're so bad, but they're awesome.
Companions.
Yeah.
Now, together,
Venus, baby.
we approach the final shape. We're about to embark on the last expedition of Destiny's first saga. So let's be clear about the stakes. In the final shape, you will go inside the Traveler. The journey will be difficult. And what awaits you on the other side of this trek is nothing less than the deadliest entity we have ever faced. There will be no open betas. There aren't going to be any guides on the internet telling you how to handle what's to come.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Whether
Data
you've been
will
with us
put
from
one
the
up pretty
beginning,
early.
joined us somewhere along the road, or looking at Destiny for the first time, anybody who shows up on launch day is going to be greeted with this same uncharted world. A vacuum-sealed experience begging for you to be the first person to peel it open.
Like an onion.
Today is your invitation
Vacuum-packed onion.
to go forth and adventure.
Yay!
This trailer.
More game. Okay. Shh.
Oh shit.
After all these years, we never talked about it. Why I brought you back.
Hey yo.
Why you were chosen.
Cool.
The truth is, I didn't know then. It was just a feeling.
The music.
But I know now. After all we've seen,
Hey.
all we've lost, this fight might be our last. So I'm asking you one last time to rise.
Cool.
What the fuck? Oh,
A battle axe. Awesome.
no way.
All right, pre-order. You saw it.
Let's go. Right, credit card out.
Yep. Throw it at the screen.
That was pretty cool.
This is a momentous time in Destiny history. We've been building to this moment for the last 10 years.
The final shape is the conclusion to that journey. This is a moment in gaming that, as a developer, you just don't get very often.
Guardians and allies are fighting the biggest threat that the
Little bit of a
universe
cop-out,
has ever
Ryan.
seen in this big culmination
I
of
think.
the Light and Darkness saga.
I think a little bit of a cop-out.
When we were thinking of what the final shape could be, it had to be a lot of different things. It needs to pay off this epic confrontation.
Oh, I see what they're doing. I can see what they're doing now.
To bring you closer to your allies in the Vanguard. It has
But
to
you know, you
be
said
this place
new
that,
new players.
feel nostalgic for
Start this
the
straight
entire
away.
journey
People are being
you've been on.
rezzed inside the Traveler. If you're a new character.
We're resurrected.
I'm guessing.
At the very beginning of this story, we didn't know why, but it was for this. The Traveler is asking us for help, and it's our responsibility to protect every living thing in the universe from what the Witness intends to do.
When we first start the final shape, we are finally able to go through the portal that the Witness opened in the Traveler at the end of Lightfall.
Inside is the Pale Heart of the Traveler. That is the stage for our showdown with the Witness.
So it is the Pale Heart.
The Witness has the darkness.
Confirmed.
It has always had a
Confirmed.
connection
Was
to it. The Pale
still
Heart of the
in
Traveler is
question.
what it's trying to use to gain connection to the light. So with both, it can enact its final shape.
The Witness looks around and sees a lack of purpose, no meaning. It wants to fix all that. So it's trying to put the universe into this frozen perfection where everything's just exactly how it thinks it's supposed to be.
Piss off, Xfinity.
That is the final shape.
If we're going to defeat the Witness, it's going to take everyone. Failure
Yeah,
is
it's that 12-man
Relying on the
activity, isn't it?
Vanguard, all of our allies and all the Guardians to rally together and be brave in the face of oblivion.
in the final shape, we're going to answer questions at the grandest scale. But what I find really interesting is that it's also a very personal journey where we deepen our relationships with these characters that we've known for so long. Zavala, Ikora, our ghost, get to reconnect with Cade 6. So, like, while there's this great conflict and everything going on around us and stakes of just unimaginable heights, it's still at the end a story told around campfires by a bunch of companions who have been fighting together for hundreds of years.
I like some of them have the Witch Queen armor. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. They haven't shown any new weapons yet.
In the final shape, we're going through the portal
The axe.
that the Witness
Yeah,
has
that's true.
opened up to confront it and stop the final shape. Inside the Traveler is this infinite, vast, unknowable. And we're landing on the Pale Heart, which is a fraction of really what is inside the Traveler.
Our old stomping ground.
Was that a Crota Zen fusion
The
rifle?
Pale Heart is
Oh.
weird.
I think the Heart
It's
Hunter.
a little strange. It makes you feel a bit uncomfortable. And it is also just so cool and artistic in the best way.
Oh, this is cool.
Yo.
The Witness entered.
That's
I love that
ahead
shot.
of any
It's so
Guardians,
funny.
Yeah.
and so it's had time to kind of shape what's there. When our Guardian enters, the rest of the Pale Heart starts getting shaped also around what we've experienced.
This is the Traveler recreating the world in front of you as it saw on your journey.
One of the most memorable locales from Destiny's past is the D1 Tower. It's
Oh,
really
cool.
a labor of love from the Destiny team.
Wow.
The final shape means so much to everyone who's building it, and I think
That
players are
soundtrack
really
is
going
good,
to be
Nate.
able to
Ryan,
see
you're not
that.
wrong.
The Pale Heart is our very first linear destination.
Can't wait
we've
till everyone
ever done.
complained that they
I would
reused
love it if
assets.
players felt that they
Yeah.
began their
Just
journey in a place of safety.
wow.
The Reddit posts are already
and
being
feel
written.
Yeah.
it
Furiously
escalate
typing.
in danger,
Ooh.
in surrealness, because there is this beautiful evolution of the space.
They see things that are more and more wrong as they begin to go towards the Witness's monolith. It's kind of this omnipresent, foreboding thing off in the distance.
It's
The
cool.
weirdest things happen as you get closer to the monolith in the form of reshaping. Kind of like deconstructing things and putting them back together.
Damn.
Just wrong.
The
Glad
sense
it's
of
not another
scale you
pyramid.
get out there, like as you're exploring these spaces and you're jumping on these
The watchtower.
reshaped cuboids of Earth, you feel tiny. as a
Minecraft.
Guardian. You feel alone. You feel like you are not the force to be reckoned with that you have been. You're not the God Slayer right now. You're just this little person jumping from these massive pieces to massive pieces.
One of the things that we really tried to also capture is that the witness keeps throwing everything it has at you. And so you're going to fight these new enemies, the subjugators.
Ooh.
Subjugators are the new unit you're going to be facing.
Right, that leak was correct then.
Oh, is there a leak on this?
They have an enhanced
Yeah.
power set.
Rogue slash Nezarec, like mini bosses.
In support of
That's
all
cool.
the other enemies you're fighting too.
They bring something entirely new to the battlefield, which is kind of this element of control.
They're back there pinging away with stasis abilities, throwing crystals at you, freezing you in place.
What's a new sidearm?
I'm guessing Resonant is the third darkness then. If they're Strand
We're
and
focusing you on the campaign and only the campaign. It's
they're
the
Strand
most
and
important
Stasis
thing
and the
in
normal
the universe at
ones
that
are
moment. You have to stop the final shape
Resonant.
from happening.
And for that, we do need the help with our allies. And so we're going to make sure that the core Vanguard team gets back together. Zavala and Ikora and Cade.
Band's
The
getting back
campaign
together.
is just the start of the Pale Heart. After you've reached the monolith and finished the campaign, we open up the entire destination, and so
That's cool.
the entire Pale Heart is going to react to you and what you are doing.
I like how they're doing that.
Yeah.
The campaign in the final shape doesn't really end with the final mission. The raids are where you defeat like the big bosses. So it's only natural that when you are going to confront the witness, you're going to do that in the raid. But
I mean, that was a
might not
given.
be enough.
Right.
Yeah.
This is a moment where we need to rally all Guardians to be able to
it's the 12-man activity.
overcome the final shape and the witness.
In the final shape, we are inside.
This guy's the best sound effects.
Yeah.
Very
Oh,
close
it's
to
the
this energy.
guy!
This
Yeah.
allows
Yeah.
us to
Let's
have
go.
new supers, Arc, Solar, Void.
We want to create something that turns you into an offensive powerhouse, but also can benefit your allies in a support capacity. There is this thread of team play and like working with your friends to overcome the odds.
Wait, so no new darkness upgrades?
I mean, that kind of makes
The
sense.
Warlock Super is this ultimate expression of solar energy.
We're getting Radiance
coursing
back?
through your Guardian. This Solar Warlock Super is a call
Yeah.
to Radiance from D1.
Yep.
Oh.
Other than Golden Gun, this is the only other first-person super in Destiny right now. Your melee's like all
Yep,
these-
there it
these
is.
projectiles going off, doubling the amount of projectiles. Your grenade almost being sentient as it searches around, and then it hits a character,
wow.
bounces off, and goes to another
That's
one.
cool.
And you're so overflowing with this energy that you are also giving it to your allies, allowing them
No
to
self-res,
have their solar
please.
weapons supercharged, applying Scorch when they're shooting.
The new Solar Warlock aspect. When I cast my Rift, it is going to create this little solar soul that when
cool.
it sees an enemy, it launches part of itself out and hits the enemy and explodes and scorches them.
It just feels very alive.
No, PvP, what have you done?
Twilight Arsenal. It's a layered super.
This is the only ranged one-off offensive super for Titans in the game. The
Yes!
Titan
Yes!
jumps up into the air, summons this giant void axe, throws it, summons another one, throws it, summons another one, looks at a different group of enemies, throws it. And
That's
when
cool.
these axes fly through the air, they stick
Yes.
into the ground, or an enemy do their void gravity thing
That's
where
so
they
cool.
suck a bunch of energy and enemies in and then explode. But that doesn't destroy the axe.
Oh, you can pick it up.
You can pick it up. You can pick it up.
That's awesome.
Pick up that axe and start wailing on enemies.
That is so
Oh my god.
Insane to me.
The Void Titan aspect, I press and hold my grenade button to consume my grenade and turn it into the shield. The more damage
Cool.
it takes, the more it charges up, and then I can release that, and it creates this blast that deals massive damage.
That's neat.
Titans stay
what
with
are the
it.
hunters?
Arc super.
Oh, here we go.
Is all about finding the shortest distance between 2 points.
Knives.
The hunter kind of rears back,
Knives.
takes this knife and throws it across the world, and then is able to blink to its position
What?
with a slash that just decimates anyone nearby.
That's
One really
cool.
great thing about that is not just you do it once, but you're able to do it 3 times, along with devastating
cool.
attacks each time you do it.
The hunter has an aspect. We take our staff, we twirl it in the air, which propels us upward. It creates this burst, which amplifies.
They
you
watch
and
fucking
any
Star
allies
Wars
you
Rebels
use.
for that. Jesus Christ.
Inquisitor
like
things.
these combos
Yeah.
that you're chaining together to do these different moves. It like takes that sandbox to the next level.
The more aspects we have, the more capable we are to do that.
It feels like you're like riding the lightning, you know, like that instantaneous, like
Blow like
That
the
was good,
river.
but I think it's more like, you know.
I like it. I like it.
That guy's got such a great beard too. Oh my God.
He does. He does.
Weapons team has been working on all sorts of goodness. We've got exotics, we've got legendaries, we've got perks. We're always cooking up stuff. We're always playing with stuff that we think is like really interesting or taking inspiration. We have Tessellation, which is this exotic pyramid fusion rifle. It has
Oh, that's your
the
pre-order.
really intriguing property
is
of
pretty sexy.
adapting your guardian's current damage type.
This will be the first time that you can run a weapon that can adapt to be strand or stasis in the energy slot. So you'll be able to run an entirely strand or entirely stasis loadout. Tessellation has the additional property that you can special reload to reshape your grenade and suck it into the weapon and then fire out a
Does look fun, Omega. You're not wrong.
It looks so cool.
Well, that's cool.
What's the one specific exotic that I can make that's like really zany that you would like right now?
What if Golden Gun was a sniper rifle?
What?
If you could harness the might of the Traveler. You know, we had a moment where we saw that Traveler beam cutscene. I know people on Weapons went, I kind of want that. You're like, that is incredibly dope.
So we've got this opportunity to bring back these iconic Destiny 1 weapons, but really
Dragon's
turn it
Breath.
into something that feels unique.
That's
to
awesome.
Destiny 2.
Nice.
We have to bring Kvastab into the
Hey.
fold.
The
Cool.
Red Death exotic pulse rifle.
We're getting
Yes.
Red Death?
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
Christ.
So much better than Crimson.
Alright, I'm pre-ordering right now.
We have new weapons.
Take my
subfamilies
goddamn
coming,
money
broadening
right
what
now.
existing weapons can be.
Really like bordering on exotic functionality. So for example, we've got a rocket pistol sidearm subfamily. We always
Ooh.
got
Yes.
The special ammo sidearms.
I've always wanted this
Fires
since day one.
Tiny, slow-moving rockets. They hit very
That's
hard
cool, so it's not
to
hit
AoE
scan.
damage. They have a mixture of regular weapon and rocket launcher stats. We're also doing a new support weapon subfamily.
The support frame auto rifle is a type of legendary auto rifle. It'll let you switch seamlessly from firing at enemies to healing your allies.
Cool.
I'm
Oh,
really
what?
excited
That's
to
so sick.
bring it to dungeons and keep my team alive, honestly.
Support weapon besides Lumina?
Weapons team is
Heck yeah.
always coming up with new ideas. We've got a ton of new cool stuff coming over the next few years, and some new and really wild ideas, which we're pretty excited about.
Hey, yo.
Those are pretty sweet.
Take a load off. We've got a lot to cover. This place
Gonna
is
cry.
only big enough for one dashing hero type, and that's me, so. I'm back! Hey, you two, give me a sec.
Best track in the game.
I was magnificent.
Oh yeah, Gunslinger, incredible.
This is great. Anyone want a hug? Get your rock
Off my map.
Worst case scenario, you die. But who knows? Maybe you won't. Well, better get back to it.
In this moment where we're driving to the end of the Light and Darkness saga, it's great to see Cade like return to this world at this moment with all this change about to culminate with this confrontation.
Bring Nathan
with
Fillion
the
on.
long-standing
I know.
enemy, the Witness.
Cade is the quintessential hunter. His presence casts such a long shadow over the story of Destiny, whether it was when he was alive or when he was dead.
What Cade goes through in this journey, how he serves as a catalyst for the other characters, the events that are uncovered to have brought him back. This is how the story had to end. There was no end to the Light and Darkness saga that didn't have Cade here alongside his friends to finish the job.
Once we started digging into the nature of the Pale Heart, I think that
It's an awesome Iron Banner
crystallized
shirt.
Cade's role as a guide.
Oh, yeah.
Cade is Virgil, and he's our guide
Wait,
through
is it
this other
the green
place.
one?
Cade is the one.
No, it's
who
like black
is
with like
the
the
most
silver
appropriate
symbol.
person
Looks
to be
really
the
good.
guide, because that's his job.
Alright.
It's always been his job. It just feels so natural. for Nathan.
I have
to
the
get
green
back in the booth.
equivalent.
It felt
Oh, let's go,
amazing
there he
to
is.
just see him slip back into the role like without missing a beat.
Right, instantly.
In the flesh, or metal, as it were.
Cade's the glue that's always held Zavala and Ikora together. Having him back puts them in a position of questioning where they've been and what they've done without him.
You think about the journey that Zavala's been on and how
Nathan.
he's been taken down
Damn
this
right,
dark
Ryan.
path, and you think about the weight that's been on Ikora, having to hold the Vanguard together, having Cade's voice of levity and brightness that he brings to that group, that I think is going to be great for them.
Well, at least we have each other.
We want people to take away that sense of reunion and that idea of like the gang being back together for this moment.
I'm here now. Wherever the hell here is.
No! Why is it frozen? Jesus. It froze for a second.
Yeah, it froze it on Twitch at one point.
Oh, froze again. Cool. Nice.
I'm assuming we're gonna get a legendary campaign again.
Guardian, the witness poses a dire threat. And the Witch Queen holds
Oh, it's
the
next
answers
season.
we
Yep.
seek,
Or today's season.
but only if we contend with her sister, Zivu Araf. It rests with me.
Oh, I forgot.
Will you come back from this? Do not be afraid.
Oh, Christ.
Damn, dude.
Bring me your tithes.
Oh, shit.
You now wield high
What the fuck?
No.
Well, the armor
way.
looks cool.
Bind it with your light. Assault the spire,
Jesus.
Guardian, and open the way.
You should
to
get
our
checked out,
palace.
Harris. That's that doesn't look so
Oh,
good.
what is that?
I want that.
Yeah.
Let them know fear. The deck of whispers, and they
Right,
do.
yeah, there.
Ryan, what rate? This has to be Crota's end.
Hi,
at this-
Boomer! Hi, Boomer!
Fight in my name, Guardian. Every opponent you defeat
We got the Hi, Boomer.
strengthens me.
What scout rifle is that?
My appetite rises for your brutal tributes.
God, they can really make cinematics, that's for sure.
I know. And trailers.
So good.
You have found the horn of battle.
That's not Badger CCL, is it? I might piss myself.
It did look like it. It did look
Oh
like
my god. Season of the Witch. That's cool. Yeah, that's a good song, too. That was a side
As
thing.
always.
I'm just gonna fucking refresh
Season of the
this,
Witch is
'cause
our
it
opportunity as players.
dying.
We've been annihilating and
20
breaking.
seconds.
That also looks like Devil You Know.
At the end of season of
Hey,
the
yo,
Witch, we
I
learn
predicted
that
it.
Savathun
You called
is
it.
key to getting into the portal that we need to go into. That means we have to go find Imaru, her ghost. Imaru's like, not so
Imaru.
fast. We've got a bigger problem.
Neon
first.
nerds.
And that bigger problem's name is
Imaru.
Zivu Araf. If we fight her, she only gets stronger. Eris has an idea. It's a really
good.
It's a wild ass idea, yeah.
Don't spoil
She
it.
determines like, well, the best way to fight fire is with fire. We
surprised they
are
didn't,
channeling all of that energy that we're creating by going through, by eliminating
Speaker.
enemies, and we're tithing to our friend Eris.
Bring me your tithes.
What does that mean for the characters and the player to kind of like be like Savathun? And that's where we went down the path of having Hive Eris. We want to extend that magical
That's
fantasy
awesome.
into the player then. That ability to have overwhelming magical power, that risk and reward into all of our activities and systems experiences. And so that's what led us to come up with things like Deck of Whispers.
Deck of
This
Whispers.
magical deck of cards that creates amazing synergies with your buildcraft meta and with buffs and the activities.
Oh,
They
cool.
can then choose these cards at
So,
will, whichever ones
so
they want, and
roguelite
then that
stuff.
really leads
Yeah.
into build crafting.
You actually
Whoa.
are getting cards that you can then use to place on the battlefield and change the way you play.
That's
I'm such a sucker
awesome.
for
So you can
deck
make your own
building. Like, being able
modifiers.
to like bring that element into Destiny.
Dommy
gameplay
mommy,
is just
shut up,
oh,
Shiva.
it's just-
Yeah,
it's really fun.
Oh god.
Dommy mommy. This is so cool.
So we've got 2 brand new seasonal activities coming with Season of the Witch. We've got Altars of Summoning and Savathun's Spire.
Savathun's Spire is our new 3-player offensive. You're doing a lot more with the Lucent Hive magic, but it's got a high amount of combatant density. It's got
a hand cannon.
Yeah, it was an awesome looking hand cannon. Yeah.
The Witch's Spire itself, Savathun's Spire, was like her reliquary for all these different magical experiments as she was learning the light. You're there in order to learn as much as you can in order to
Okay, what's the
become
raid?
a master
Come on.
spellcaster, right? To become like Savathun.
Dude, do I
The
get to play
Altar
card
Summoning is
games
really
in
exciting
Destiny?
because you
That's
can spend like
insanely
20 minutes in it, or you can spend
That's a
2
cool
hours.
fusion rifle.
It's a 3-player experience that you can hop in and hop out of. As you're going through this activity, you're filling the tithing bucket. As that tithing bucket is filled up, you'll get progressively more rewards.
These
And
are like
finally,
vanilla
at the end,
D1
it'll
weapons with
cash
like
out and
hive
you'll
shit
get a
on it. That's
whole
awesome.
mess of
Yeah.
rewards.
Oh,
We
I'd
really
love
wanted to make
this.
sure that there was a home for any exotic mission content coming in seasons after the year has passed. And so we developed what we're calling the Exotic Mission Rotator.
Right away, we're getting Presage, Vox Obscura, and Operation Seraph Shield.
This is some of the most fun content the team has making. It's some of the content the fans and players
More
of
missions
Destiny
coming
will love.
2024?
The
All
most
right.
exciting thing, outside of just the missions themselves, is that every time we put a mission inside of that rotator, the exotic that comes alongside of it will become craftable.
Awesome.
Alrighty.
Nutty.
With Season of the Witch, we have a brand new Vex lo-fi PvP map coming. It's really exciting. It's got a bunch
You
of
think Wrath of
really
the
tight
Machine
gameplay
curveball? I'm cool with
experiences.
that.
We wanted to make sure that we focused the combat a little bit more. With the new Vex network map, we really wanted to make sure we hit is like, hey, you're shoulder to shoulder more often. There's not as much deep sight lines that you're interacting with. And a lot of the flow of the map is actually built around this like kind of central pillar of the Vex network that you're orienting around.
And there's also some modes coming too, right?
We've got a new PvP game mode coming that's all about relics. It's about multiple relics, so
I
it's
wanna
not
see
just
this.
one like the Scorch game mode from the past. So we've got the shield coming from Vault of Glass. We've got the spear back from Season of the Risen.
And we got the scythe from Season of the Haunted.
Yeah, so you're going to be reaping Guardians with that thing. It's a lot more
So
tactical
absurd.
gameplay. It's all about running around the map, claiming these relic dispensers, and then grabbing them in order to push for victory.
I'm pretty stoked for that, honestly.
Yeah.
What I need.
It's gonna be hectic and chaotic and awesome.
My throat,
Totally.
or the weapon in my fist.
We were feeling pretty Hivey this season.
Oh, there it is.
Obviously, there's something in the air. And so when thinking about like what's a good raid reprisal that would really suit
Oh my
this
God.
very Hivey season, there's only one answer.
Wrath of the Machine! Obviously.
Oosh.
No!
Rotos
All
and
gone. All the hope died.
I'm okay with this. Crota Zen's awesome.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I don't mind.
there it is.
The armor's awesome too. Like,
Yeah, it's the it's the thingy armor.
I think it was.
Some
Did
of
they
these
just show
has
Fang of
great
Iryu? Oh my god, I'm so excited.
Wait, they got both the armor sets. Was that just the?
No,
No.
there's Necrochasm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it's got some of the ornaments from Age of Triumph.
Yeah, that is the set, I believe. I think it's just the Age of Triumph set.
That's so cool. It's got the glow. Yeah, it's got the spiky glow. They did it.
Nice. I'm curious to see how they're gonna turn this up a notch.
Yeah, it looks like the Age of Triumph armor. Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
United we rise.
Heading into the final shape, we really want to rally all Guardians at the end of the Light and Darkness saga. We want to reduce those power barriers as well as catch
I know
people
what this is.
of the story beats and make sure that they have a really great and easy time connecting with other players.
All right, what are they doing?
It's that
In
light
the
level
final
thing.
shape, we're trying to find ways to make power more simple and easy to understand and also lowering the barrier to entry.
It's going to make it easier for players who have not been able to jump into game easily because they were held back by the challenges in grinding for the power levels that are required by these different activities.
One of the major changes that's going to be happening starting with the final shape is there are going to be a certain number of activities that are going to be power fixed. So it doesn't matter
That's
kind of
cool.
what power level you are going into.
There you go, Scotty. Now you can play with us.
Yes!
There's still going to be difficulty that you can do.
I don't have to play the game anymore!
Seems like nightfall strikes.
I get
that
to
will still
actually
have
play
power in it,
content.
and that's where we're really going to focus the whole power climb.
The raids, the contest modes that everybody loves to engage with, that experience is fundamentally going to be staying the same.
I'm excited for this because I think there will be a lot more clarity for players in terms of understanding the relative difficulty of things, where they sit now in the spectrum.
One way that we're trying to do that is making it easier for new players to engage with you. So we're introducing something that we're calling Fire Team Power.
You can actually bring your friends along to play any dungeons and raids in the game without having to wait them to be at a certain power level. The person with the highest power in your fire team is actually going to bring
Leak was
all
right.
the others
That's
close
awesome.
to their power level.
That's
which
really
means
cool.
that there's no barriers really for
That's
any
nice.
other Guardian to join you.
2,000, Jesus.
Combined with Fire Team Finder, it also allows you to find strangers, people you've never played with before, and have that same experience. That's all regardless of the power level of you and the rest of the people in your
Started at 300,
Fire Team
now
Finder
we're
is
at
the new feature
2,000.
that's coming in season 23. aimed
No, we
at
started
helping
at
connect
20.
and find other people
Oh, yeah,
to
that's true.
complete the best and most aspirational content in Destiny. We have a tag system that allows
Do you have to go,
players
Scotty?
To be able to say, well, this is my
Probably
playstyle.
should.
I'm really chill.
After
I'm
this.
anti-sweat. I'm
All
just
right.
really here to have a good time.
I'm not telling you your business, but I don't want you to miss an
Allows
interview.
players to
Yeah, that's
show a
not
bit
bad.
more personality, show a little bit
All
more
right,
about what they're
I'll
about.
I'll
I
dip
think
out.
what's really
All
great
right.
about it
Yeah,
is
all right.
with this
We'll talk more
Now
this
then,
weekend,
go.
Scotty. Don't worry.
inclusion
Yeah.
tags.
Yes,
As
please.
an example,
Yep.
one
RP.
of the inclusion tags that we have are for colorblind players. Hopefully, the inclusion tags will bring players closer to
Yeah, well,
finding
that's
their
quite good.
community and even
This is
closer
cool.
to the people
I'm really
that
excited
they
about
play
all
with.
this,
So
like,
once a
making the
listing
game more
goes live,
approachable is
players
better.
will be put into a listing lobby
Yeah.
where players can gather, they can communicate with each other. So we wanted to make it
See the
as
emblem.
convenient and
See the
as
emblem.
easy as
The
possible for
Wrath of the
players
Machine
to
emblem.
just
Did you
sit
see it?
there,
Yeah.
Oh my god.
while they're
It was
listening to
there.
the field. So
There is no emblem like that in D2.
Right.
Solo, I'm especially excited about this.
That was
because
the
it
Wrath
really
of the
is
Machine
about
emblem.
helping reduce that anxiety
Wait.
and burden that comes with trying
Wait.
to make a new connection.
What if they bring it back as well? Like just, haha, long.
Lol. JK.
The feature coming out today that I'm incredibly excited about is Timeline Reflections. Essentially what we have done
Ooh.
is we went back to previous expansions and pulled out missions that we felt
Oh, cool.
really represent key narrative beats within our story. We are going to have a mission for Forsaken, mission for Beyond Light, as well as a mission for Witch Queen.
Thanks for the memories, Guardian.
The neat thing about these missions is they're not going to be
Forsaken
like
unvaulted.
one-to-one for how you experience them in the campaign. You're also going to get additional pieces of narrative fed to you to like identify like, hey, this is why it's important that this happened, and here are the people you met along the way.
A really big one that's really timely for Final Shape is Cade's last stand from Forsaken.
I love that mission.
Yeah.
This is a moment that a lot of
Such a
players,
cool
new
play
and old, are
space.
going to come back to Destiny. I think this
Bring
is just
back
the
golf
right
for
time
raid
to
boss.
introduce features that are going to allow those players to jump right in and find people to play with and enjoy this content regardless of their power level.
We're reaching the end of
They're
this
gonna talk about
15-year
after.
journey.
Yeah.
What comes next?
The episodes. And the new way we're going to tell stories moving forward.
Oh.
What's really important about episodes is that it's a really big shakeup to what we've been doing. Instead of providing 4 seasons a year, you are going to get 3 larger episodes.
Got it.
And so the first 3 episodes in this coming year are called Echoes, Revenant, and Heresy. It's coming right after the final shape. And the theme for the year is going to be all about the consequences and aftermath of the final shape. I think what's really the
That's awesome.
cornerstone of the episode model that we're building is the 3-act structure. The acts act as these anchors for us to introduce new weapons, new artifact mods, new activities. There's going to be new missions coming around the core. There'll be new story moments
Wow.
in every single one of these acts. We're actually providing more cinematic styled experiences throughout the final shape year and the episodes with it than any of the seasons we've ever developed before.
These new stories are actually playable as standalone. Like each episode is something you can experience, whether you've been playing Destiny for 10 years or this is your first one.
You're going to be able to basically enjoy them in any order you want to.
I think the opportunity with this big epic moment is that we get to innovate the game. We get to move the game forward.
It's all about change frequently. It's all about deeper story moments.
say, 'cause they
It's
were
all
kinda
about
stuck
more
in a
weapons,
loop.
Right.
More loot, more often.
Yeah, they kinda
It
put
really
themselves in a
provides the
corner.
team with a platform
Yeah.
to go much deeper into the themes and fantasies and story of any individual episode as compared to the seasons you know of today.
I'm so excited to see what the narrative team can do with
What
this
is that? Is that a
platform
Vex?
Is that
storytelling.
Siva?
Episodes provides this awesome foundation
I don't know.
for the future of Destiny.
We're moving into the next.
I mean, that's
stage of
obviously going to be
Destiny 2.
Zivu.
I think some
Right.
people look at the final shape and they think Destiny 2 is coming to the end. And in many ways, it's the opposite. We're leaning in. We're putting the pedal to the metal. Episodes provide us a new, innovative
Sixth
way for players
subclass?
to
I don't know,
engage
Ryan.
with Destiny
There's
2
people thinking it
throughout.
was coming with Final Shape. We'll see.
What makes a guardian a guardian? Devotion, bravery, sacrifice. We know that we were chosen for a reason, by something greater than ourselves.
Guardian. Guardian? Eyes up, Guardian.
Shaped by the fires of each new battle.
Are we getting? Is this going to lead up to a trailer for
Sharpened into what we must become
Maybe.
the next thing, or I wonder what it's
Yeah,
going to
maybe.
lead to.
We are the final line that halts the second collapse.
All of us. Every Titan. Every Warlock. Every Hunter.
What is it the Guardians say? Devotion inspires bravery.
Bravery inspires sacrifice.
Just bring back Dinklage right now.
Leads to death.
Poor Nolan North.
The line between light and dark is so very thin.
Yeah. That was
Great
kind of a
cinema.
cool back and forth cinema cutaway.
There are things out in the dark that only the dark can overcome. Trust me.
You said dark. Dark is confirmed.
Of the traveler's sacrifice.
Fourth darkness
Of
subclass.
darkness
Let's give him the
descending
third.
upon humanity.
When's the witness mouth reveal?
This time, there is no escape.
Bro's got heckin' chompers.
It was just a cinematic.
Yeah, probably.
It's going to be an exciting year for Guardians. We get to make good on a promise that we made way back in 2014. There was classic rock blasting, a fire team racing across our solar system, and at the end, a simple message: become legend. Today, you got a glimpse at how we'll be cementing your legend in this upcoming year. We're going to be heading inside the Traveler, experiencing a destination unlike anything we've ever built before. We'll face the biggest bad we've ever made, and we'll do this all alongside a streamlined progression system, allowing us to easily play with friends in any content in the game. And as the dust settles in the final shape, we're going to continue our legends in Echoes. It's Destiny's first episode in a new phase of storytelling for Guardians, with brand new conflicts born from the resolution of the Light and Darkness saga. These first episodes are just the beginning. But if you're chomping at the bit to see how the Light and Darkness saga is going to kick off the future of Destiny 2, we've got a ton of great content for you to jump into today. Going live after this, we've got Season of the Witch, with a new story, new weapons, new armor, new
cannon,
activities,
one.
and new PvP content, all alongside a series of story catch-up missions, allowing any of your friends
Oh,
to
the
jump
catch-up
into the
missions
game
start today,
and get
too.
up to speed
That's
on
awesome.
what's happening in this world. Then, next week, a brutal reprisal of Crota's End is going to join the ranks of our aspirational content. I can't wait to see you all in the Throne World as we learn more about the final shape and how we can stop it.
They just throw one thing after another this whole time.
Do not be afraid.
Bring me your tithes.
After all these years, all we've lost, This fight might be our last. So I'm asking you to rise. One last time.